So when you were about 2 weeks postpartum, it's a safe time to test for diastasis recti. Now, your doctor probably has not talked to you about diastasis recti. It is a completely normal part of pregnancy. 100% of women will develop diastasis recti by the end of their third trimester or the end of their pregnancy. What is diastasis recti? So it is separation of your abdominal muscles, and this has to happen to accommodate your growing baby. So after you give birth, they're obviously still separated for quite a bit. So I wouldn't test for diastasis recti until you're about 2 weeks postpartum. And in the following videos, I'll show you how to kind of do a self-diagnosis, okay? But simply put, diastasis recti can show up in a variety of ways. So it could look like your core is, kind of doming or coning a little bit. When you sit up, you should be, if you have some sort of a separation, you'll actually feel your abdominal wall kind of hugging your fingers as you do this little sit up, which we'll demonstrate in the next videos. Don't worry about this, okay? It is a completely normal part of pregnancy and postpartum, especially immediately postpartum, like the first 6 weeks or so. That is why your participation in this program is so important and so crucial. So a lot of women aren't really educated about diastasis recti. They don't know anything about it. And when they get cleared at 6 weeks postpartum, their doctor said, you're cleared for all activities. So they go back to, CrossFit or boot camp or whatever workouts they did before. And if they're not aware of diastasis recti, they could injure themselves further or cause a further separation, which is something we do not want to happen. We obviously want your abs to fully heal and go back together before you do any sort of, hanging knee tucks or V-ups or any spinal flexion type exercises. So in the next 2 videos, you'll see an example of how to test for diastasis recti. If you have any questions about this, please do not hesitate to reach out. Okay, so we're gonna check Amanda for diastasis recti. She's about 8 months postpartum. And I know we checked you when you were like pretty early, right? Like 3 months. We checked her when she was about 3 months postpartum, and she had a little separation at the top. So we're just gonna reassess. So I'm gonna lift her shirt just so I can feel her fascia and see how the tone and the elasticity feels in the fascia. And then I'm gonna have her put her hands behind her neck. And if you do this on your own at home, just put one hand behind your neck, and then you can use your other to feel, your fascia and the density of it. So I'm gonna have her do a slight sit up. So sit up, good. And then back down. Okay, back up. So you still have like a full finger separation here. And then go back down. Okay, up. And then back down. Up. Back down. Okay, I want to see how this feels. Go back up. Gosh, it feels good, but do you feel that like in between your ab muscles?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. So she still has about a finger from her belly button, a little bit like underneath her sternum. So if you do it on yourself and you notice that there's a separation between the ab muscles, keep away from spinal flexion type exercises. So like anything like sit-ups, V-ups, just focus on things like dead bugs, planks, Pallof presses, and then if you're, pretty much up to a year is when it should be fully closed. And you could always see a pelvic floor physical therapist to get more exercises to do to bring the abs back together. Okay, so I wanted to do this a little closer up so that you can see how I'm assessing this and then see the separation happening. So go ahead, lift your shirt. Okay, hands behind your neck. First, I'm just gonna feel her fascia. It feels good, feels tight, doesn't feel too loose. It's got good connection. So go ahead, do a slight sit up. So then I'll start from here, and you could see she's got that like finger, go back down. I can like pretty much put my fingers right in between her abs, go up again. Pretty much from right underneath her sternum to about her belly button, and then it connects a little bit more here. So you can see how that she's got that like little crevice right there. So I would still say, go ahead, down. I would still say at 8 months postpartum not to do spinal flexion type exercises, sit-ups, V-ups, so that, you know, gets a little bit closer. Her fascia feels good though, so she's got like probably what we would call like a functioning diastasis right now. So she has some ab separation, but her fascia feels really good. So even when she does do like a full sit-up, Amanda. So even when she does like a full sit-up, go back down, you can't really see any like coning type happening. Go ahead, do it again. And then back down. Because her fascia responds well to the stimulus and it feels good.